So yeah, week of football, guys. What's been happening? Shall we go straight on to the one that we all want to talk about?
Mate, honestly, I could not contain my laughter. It was just too funny.
It's past. Yeah, the thing I find is it's past surprising at this stage. Like it's just.
No, it was. Some of it was shocking, mate. Like the actual way they were conceding goals was shocking.
The loss itself isn't shocking. It was the goals themselves. The first one literally went through. He literally had Chris Packett hands. It just fell through.
Embarrassing.
It's just that should never ever be happening. The fourth goal was just fantastic. Like
second one was awful. Literally killed it. Like
De Gea mistake again. Was
De Gea passed it out.
That's a shocker.
awful ball.
Yeah, he passed it out to Ericsson before. And Ericsson, he managed to keep it. And he's like, what the fuck is that for? There's a player on me. Why are you doing that?
Mate, that's how he's being
told to play. And then he did it again.
That's how he's being told to play. Why are you playing out the back when you've got Harry Maguire and those boys, and then you're asking Ericsson to come deep? Then when they get out,
toss it over there for us, mate.
If they get out, they're in trouble to even do anything when they get up.
What's the solution for Man United? Like, is there? Because obviously you don't expect new manager to do bits straight away, I guess.
No.
But
accepting the fact that they are average, below average team in a massive stadium. That's all they are as a club at the moment. They've got to accept that point.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest issues is just attitude.
Did you see the Gary Neville and Jamie Redknapp chat?
Yeah.
Chat
like that.
That was not a chat, mate. That was, they were angry at each other with it.
I mean, they were and they weren't. The way I looked at it, though, I kind of agreed with both of them. Like,
yes, yeah.
I didn't see.
But the thing is, when it came to, he said about blaming the Glazers, right? And I get the whole, you've got to go up that chain. But the Glazers,
they've got the money there. The players.
They have got the money there, but they can't bring people in. And the people that they have brought in, most of the time, are people that the Man United fans have asked for. Get them in, they got them in, and nothing's come of it.
Yeah.
And then they're getting the blame. It's
There's so much wrong with the club.
We did what you wanted us to do.
I love Gary Neville. He does things. He says things so perfectly. Like he said one where he was like, if a school is failing and has been failing for 15 years, that school then gets looked at by the government.
Yeah.
And you're not blaming the pupils in any way. You're blaming that school and what's going on in that environment.
Yeah.
So then when you look at it as this point of view, it's been the past 10 years, 15 years of just the same things.
As a business.
You can't just look at the people they're bringing in.
You have to look at the owners.
Yeah.
And the people that they bought in, when they bought them in, if you look at how many players and the standard of players that they bought in, at the time when they bought them, they were quality players. Yeah. And they've just died there. They've not been able to do anything other than Zlatan. That you think of.
It's the classic thing of everybody, since Alex Ferguson's gone, we were in trouble.
Yeah.
No, you was in trouble before Fergie went. And the reason you're in trouble is because Fergie stayed.
Yeah.
And he basically put you in a situation where you buggered and then walked away.
Yeah.
Look, actually never walked away.
He's still there.
Put himself in the background and basically overlooked everybody else going, not doing as well as I did, when it's his fault that they're in that situation.
The thing is, you can't put all of the blame on the players. But you have to put some.
Of course
you
do.
have to put some.
Of course you do.
Because, like I said, they are quality players. And they still have that quality. But
I'm not sure they are, mate.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Sancho, you're not saying Sancho, Ronaldo. When Pogba was there.
Yeah.
Pogba was unreal at Juventus for a reason, and then he came to Man United, and
for
it's just
France.
different.
Ronaldo used to be a quality player. He's on the way down. He has to be on the way down, mate.
That's my biggest issue.
And Sancho, quality player in Germany.
He's not being played in the right way in any way either. For a whole season, he wasn't played correctly. He's played on the wrong wing.
But there must be something happening in training when they're looking at him in training and going, do you know what? I just don't fancy.
Do you not think it's just the system or the way that they're trying to play? Because they've had however many different managers with different philosophies.
But they must look at him
fourth pick goalkeeper for
Spain.
Yeah, which is mad. Sanchez is ahead. And
go back to Sanchez.
Raya.
Do they not look at him in training and go, actually, do you know what? He's a quality winger. We need to get him in our side because there's nobody really taking his place, is there?
Yeah.
So they must be looking at him in training and going, he ain't all that.
Yeah, but I think it's also the fact that
Otherwise he would play.
Again, Gary Neville said again how little they even just do the basic thing of just running, like just chasing after the ball or working hard.
Well, that was the stat when you look at the
so a lot of it
comparisons
must
of
be
how
attitude
much they
then,
ran.
mustn't it?
Brentford ran like 70k more or something ridiculous. Like.
And they bought and also these lower teams are bringing in players that are of a good quality, and Man United are splashing out loads of money. Like there was that stat of Man United have spent nearly $500 million, and then Brentford spent 50, and it's like it's actually an achievement to spend $500 million and be so bad.
I don't know. Everton have done it.
But it's
sorry, Chris.
This is what I mean by the attitude. There's got to be some sort of attitude issue going on where they're demoralised.
There clearly is, mate.
Demoralised to a point they just go, I don't care, I just want to collect my paycheck.
Have you seen fans are literally like talking about not turning up to games now,
as I think they should,
where they're like protesting outside. I think it's good and it's bad though, isn't it? Like, because then you're not supporting the team, and the team's just not going to.
The thing is, we go on about the players that Man United brought in.
It does make a lot of difference.
And they said that they're not. Well, I say they. Gary Neville. I trust everything Gary Neville says. I love him. Right? He said again about how the Glazers or whatever haven't actually been putting that money in. It's just out of revenue because of how big worldwide Man United is as a club. They don't need to be putting loads of money in to be able to spend 150 mil in a transfer window because they get that through revenue.
Yeah, but that's just it. If you start protesting and not turning up to the games because you want something to change, well, they're not going to be putting the money in. So how's that club going to change when you're not attending the games?
Did that not work for someone?
Makes no difference whatsoever. Man United. Man United. If 30,000 people don't turn up, there's 30,000 people just waiting to turn up.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. But then, with all the players that they brought in, who have they brought in, right? So over the past few years, you think Pogba, huge money move, great player, Man United, rubbish.
There's a reason they let him go first time.
Exactly, right? But how much did they pay for him? 80 million or something? 70 million? Something ridiculous,
80,
right?
90, wasn't it?
Yeah, 90.
And go on free again and you make it again. Oh, mate, ridiculous. You got him for like a free twice. So funny.
Zlatan's probably the difference with this one. He's the one excusable.
But he came on a free, didn't he?
Yeah, and was past his best again.
And he was still quality though.
He's still quality.
But
then you bring in
he was just quality for United.
But he still scored 20 odd goals.
He may well have done, but he's not. He wasn't a quality player. He just did really well in that Man United team because they are so crap. If they had a side of, playing to the standards that they should have, he wouldn't have gotten the side.
So you don't think Zlatan's quality?
He was. But
he's still not that then.
No,
but did he not win the league with AC Milan last year or whatever?
Yeah. Do you watch much Italian football?
But it's still him though,
not as much as you.
No, but it's still him. It's still him. And then he still scored like 20 odd goals at United.
Right, and last year, winning the title with Milan, he sat on the bench.
Yeah, but when he
played
the season before that, he scored bags. He was top goal scorer when he one of the top 2 or 3 in the league.
I don't think so. No,
you don't need to think so. I can probably get it up and show you.
Get it up and show me.
While he does that,
where are we at, man?
While he does
here we
that,
go.
it's fine. While he does that, what other games? What other games stand up?
happened? Man City 4-0 against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Fully expected
Liverpool,
to happen.
Nunes, we're going to touch on that.
Liverpool, the guy was bullied the whole time. He was getting bodied, mate. Which is English football.
15 and 19 league games was last season. Well, AC Milan.
What's that?
15 and 19 league games.
Yeah, so maybe not the league, but for the team, for sure. He was the one that was driving them forward. 100%.
0.8 a game.
He didn't play that much, mate, last year.
Yeah,
no, he had a torn ACL.
He's also 40 years old.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say, he's main player there.
Mate, I
know he's on the bench.
He's 40 years old. He's 40 years old. Saying he's past his best is like, anybody could say that, mate. He's 40 years old.
Yeah. So he's nowhere near his best.
What I'm saying is, he's scoring 15 and 19 at 39 or whatever it is.
And what games was that in?
What do you mean?
Is that league games?
That's league games only.
League games only.
Yeah.
So he played 19 league games.
Yes.
Don't believe that stat at all.
I can just
Where have you just got that? Where have you got that from?
Flash score. You've been dedicated to Flash score for your life.
Rubbish.
Let me know Bet365. There might be stats on there.
Rubbish, mate. Right. That's cup games.
I know,
Playing
right?
for the reserves.
The title for this video is going to be Father and Son getting to heat and debate. Man United thrashed, something like that.
Right.
That's what's happening with
reserves.
it.
I don't know how we've got to
Nunes,
a Zlatan debate, by the way.
I love it.
Talking about Nunes, he was getting absolutely bodied, as is English football. It's very bargy and pushy and all that. And he snapped like a twig. And he just turned around and they say it's not a headbutt, right? I was watching a video and as much as he was being pushed around, shoved and all that, when he went up, he sort of pushed his chest and moved his head upwards to square up to him and he made contact. Straight red. Because it is violent conduct because you have clashed your head in a deliberate attempt to square up. It's not you've jumped through a header and caught each other. He has turned around aggressively and clashed a head with
He's walked into him.
Regardless, though, I don't think you even need to look at it and analyse it that deeply. It's a red. It's a red.
It's a straight red. You can't argue that in the slightest. That is
the way the guy went down
conduct.
was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Like he'd been shot
But
in the
that's
head.
just
Absolutely.
it. Because of what he did, he's got to go down like that.
He went down like Dominic Cruz, mate.
Yes, mate,
to
he did.
ensure he's off the pitch.
It takes dedication to fall like that as well. Like you've got to
full
brace
commit.
yourself for impact. Yeah.
You have to practice that.
Yeah, but he was winding up the whole game. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. 100%.
Just get the guy off the pitch. That's probably what
Wind him
Vieira
up,
said.
mate.
So wind him up and get him to do something stupid so you get him off that pitch.
That's why Vieira's the most composed hard man I've ever seen in
We've
my life.
gone rushing on to the Liverpool thing before we finish Man United. So, hold on. I just
Rushing on,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we
I just
were
want to
talking
say
about United for
one. I just
ages.
want to say one more thing about Man United about their problems. Do you not think part of their problems is bringing in players that
are in
are
their
has-beens?
30s. This is what I was trying to say about look at the people that played
Yeah.
in. Zlatan, I said, was kind of the exception because he was still quite good when he played. But the other ones are all
Has-been.
34, 35, 36. It's like Ericsson, right? Ericsson, I've always rated him.
Good player.
The guy literally died last year.
No,
He was
great at
following year,
Brentford,
the
but not
previous
Man
year.
United.
That's shit. Before he went to Brentford, he literally died.
Yeah.
Like,
Quality for Brentford.
Who are Man United meant to sign?
but that's shit. You can't
Man
bring anyone
United,
in now.
mate.
Yeah, give
They're Man United.
Exactly, bro.
They should be signing absolute quality players.
But that's are you a Man United fan, mate? Living when
Absolutely
they were at number one,
not.
mate? Exactly. They're not that team anymore, mate.
No,
those
they never will be
has-beens
if they're-
is what they have. They can
No,
only get,
no,
or they
no,
just
no.
start fresh.
That's the problem.
Or they
now.
just
I don't
start fresh and
understand.
accept it.
That's the problem now,
They just
though,
have to
isn't it?
start
They
fresh,
literally
mate.
they're
So-
having players refuse to join.
They don't. Why would you want to go there?
Yeah,
No one
they are
wants to go
now.
there.
But we're talking. This has been going on for the last 10 years, mate.
Which is why
Look
they
at
just need to
Ferguson's
accept
left.
it. They just
Look
need
at
to
Frankie
accept
de
it.
Jong, right? Look at Frankie de Jong. Now, he played for Ten Hag,
He literally
and he
loved that
had
going.
amazing career with Ten Hag. Amazing career. Went for the big move to Barca, which is absolutely fine. The guy has been refused his wages. He's owed 17 million, and he was told if he wants to stay at Barca, he has to take a 50% wage cut, and we will not be paying you those deferred wages. And he would still rather do that than link up with his previous manager, that he had a brilliant and basically made him the name
you
he
said
is.
this
Yeah, but in Holland,
No, but you said
knowing
no,
that if he goes to United and plays under
that's just it.
Ten Hag,
That's
Sorry,
just it.
Adam. Adam's here as well. Sorry,
His
Trav.
response for everything is
Ten Hag.
in Holland or in Germany.
Yeah, but
Has been.
exactly.
It's so muggy.
He's
Mate,
not
but you said
player
this before.
for Premier League.
Manager must not be that good, mate. It's not them. It's the club, bro. Why would you want to go to Man United?
That's just it.
They
He doesn't
just
want
have-
to link up with that
Mate,
manager that
they-
did so well.
Okay, why
because the
wouldn't you
club
want
is
to go
so
to Man
bad.
United?
Because they're shit, mate, and it's a place where players go and die, and it has been for the past 10 years. They just have to accept that they need to just do a massive rebuild, and then you can't.
But
you can't
how-
go and sign the biggest
But that's
players
just
for
it,
80
Harry.
mil.
What's their academies and stuff
can
like
you
now?
have a rebuild?
You're thinking you're doing that by spending 90 mil on Harry Maguire.
What's their academies and stuff like
buying
now? Are
shit
they-
now
they're
in
shit now?
comparison.
Because
They always
that's
have good players come through, mate.
But that's just it.
But is that not something
how
we
you
need to
Spending 80,
investment,
90
though?
million pound on a player isn't the way to get out of any situation.
Exactly, but-
because what you're doing is you're just buying an older player.
But that's just
They've
it.
got to
How
look
are
at-
you supposed to do a rebuild? How are you supposed to
Well,
do
you
a
don't,
rebuild?
you don't do
with
a
youngsters?
rebuild by buying older players.
No,
It
no,
takes
you don't.
investment
You're
and
right,
stuff in
but
the
haven't
club,
been
doesn't
doing-
it?
they
But that's
haven't
just it.
even been looking to do that.
How can you do a rebuild when nobody wants to come?
Yeah.
So you've got all these young promising players. They won't go there because Man United
That's what I
is
was
shit.
saying.
They would
like,
go
I
there.
can't.
If
No, they
Borussia
would go there,
Dortmund
mate.
or someone like
No,
that,
but they
who
had
are
a player
known,
refuse recently, didn't they? That they were looking
Yeah,
at.
the Frankie
You
one
might
didn't
well
work.
have
That
a
didn't
player
work.
Young.
refuse. there's like quality players all over the place.
People are buying in the league that are like Brighton or whatever. Like those players, the cheaper players that you just have to get and build from there.
But that's just it.
You're not going to get people from like AC Milan when they win the league or a Borussia Dortmund side, like a top quality one. And if they are, they're spending over the odds for somebody that's just going to fail.
But that's just it. As much as it's a German league, you've got teams like Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and all that, which have a good youth system.
Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and all of that. So you've got two teams in Germany.
Leverkusen's another one. Mönchengladbach's pretty good as well.
Leverkusen are crap, mate.
No, as in their youth development. Their youth development. That they can bring in youngsters, train them up, and then they sell them on. Right? They do.
No idea about their youth teams.
What do Man United do then?
Right.
What do they do?
Yeah, provide solutions.
No, this is this is a guy manager. He doesn't do this. He
If
doesn't
you're
do
looking-
this.
if
He'll
you're
give all
looking
the
for a
problems and
rebuild-
never a solution.
If you're looking
Especially
for
if
a
it's Man
rebuild,
United.
you need to bring in
Here's what they need
youngsters.
to do. Here's what they need to do. Liverpool went all those years never winning anything.
Absolutely.
And they went, let's bring in good quality players, reasonable money, and build a team. Don't just buy a player because we need a player today.
So you need to.
We buy a player when he's available.
Yeah, but so you can't just go. You can't just go. Oh, he's the top player. I'll buy them. That's what they're wanting to do, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You can't do that.
You're
because
literally,
you've built up.
both agreeing.
No, I know. At this point we are. But I just don't like the way he says anything.
What you mean is you don't
said
like
anything.
You don't like the fact that I've said it. You can't agree with it, regardless of what I've just said.
That's the thing. That is what they should be doing.
No, that's not it at all. Go on, say it.
No, it's not it at all.
Let waffle in.
That is literally what they should be doing. But the problem
Absolutely.
being, they can't.
No.
Because a young player...
Man United can't.
No,
that's
they
not
can't.
how you spell can't, anyway.
But they're looking at it and go, well, I don't want to go to a failing club like that when I could go to another club,
Bro, but you
got the same money.
The players that
the option.
No, the players that are saying I'm not going to Man United
are the big ones.
Absolutely,
I get that.
You can't be buying those anyway. You don't want those players.
No, I know.
They're too big for United at the moment.
Lower players, they don't want to go there because Man United are shy.
So you have to buy the
That's
players.
the problem. They can't bring in anyone.
When Liverpool bought Suarez, mate, he was just done well in, what was it, the Dutch league or whatever it was. Like those are the sort of players that you have to buy. The people that nobody
What about
really
players
is
coming
talking
through
about.
the
But
academy
they're
though?
young quality players.
Yeah,
That's just it, and they don't want to go to
United.
United.
Old players.
Yes, I know that, but that's why I'm saying they need to accept that that's what they have to do and drop positions.
Absolutely what I said.
But 10 minutes ago we weren't agreeing on this.
No, we weren't agreeing on buying old players.
No, we weren't agreeing that Zlatan is still a G, bro. Alright, and he's got a grey head of hair for 40.
Zlatan's not a young up-and-coming player, mate.
Boys and
believe it or
girls.
not.
Boys and girls. Boys and girls.
20-odd minutes talking about
Boys and
Man
girls.
United is enough.
Well, this is our headline, Mum, so it's good content.
Really?
But we're going to go for a quick break. That's what we're going
We're
to do.
going to go for a scrap.
Stay tuned. But there is something we're going to need in part 2, isn't there, Spen?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Stick the kettle on.
Stick the kettle on. This is where I get my neck ache.
Nah.
Yeah, mate.